So this video has like, you know, cursing and all that fucking shit. Starlight Glimmer / Sunset Shimmer / Shut the fuck up, you stupid son of a bitch. Originally a villain, but now a reformed hero through the case of about several seasons worth of character development. With anxiety levels enough to rival a Twitter user and magic levels powerful enough to rival Son Kakarot Goku, as well as a reason why several people have stopped watching the show or a reason why people kept on going. And it's also a spark of stupid arguments online over a show made with literal fetuses in mind. Unfortunately, I am a grown-ass nigga and not a fetus, so I'm here to tell you to stop typing your eternity-long essays and continue to hear me explain to you about why Glimmy is objectively the best pony. In the last episode, I went over how Starlight looks as cute and pretty as heaven itself, how her personality is snarky yet entertaining and also very r/relatable, and how she went from an evil asshole to an actually nicer person. And for this episode, I will go over how she started as a socially anxious level 1 friendship user to a more composed, confident, level 99 alicorn princess. And while there are many episodes that continue to grow and expand upon her, for the sake of my no longer existing sanity, I will specifically go over the season that was possibly intended to be her most essential growth episodes, aka the episodes of Season 6. So before we start this analysis, I ask you to watch the last part of this long video to first hear my words about her villain edgelord phase. And if you don't, that is completely fine, but you will most likely be more confused than a child stuck in the Sahara Desert pleading for water. You should also know that my content is entertainment first and actual advice almost never, so I do not recommend sending this video to your local doctor expecting scientifically correct results. Now, with all that out of the way, let's return back to where I left off on this script. While I couldn't go over every single thing that sets her up to be this new person, this video has already taken a long time to edit, so I'll instead go over the moments that stand out, all of which are in Season 6. So we're at the point where we question, what is next for this man? A nice place to start is an episode known as The Crystalling, also known as The Merchandising. Glimmy is now under the alias of Twilight's faithful student after the events of last episode. She even questions why Book Horse lets her stick around, literally going, I literally caused extensive Marxism through ripping tattoos off of asses, as well as the unbalance of time and space. Why do you still keep me here? Hey bro, what happened then is then. Don't gotta dwell on the past, homie. You're a new person. But am I really that, though? Yes, you are. Now get this fucking friendship assignment done. It is, however, going to take a hot minute before she can take that to heart, because not too long later, we learn that Sunbutt Jr., Glimmy's oldest friend, is there, and as a result of Glimmy's whole anxiety attack with Vietnam War level flashbacks due to her outing with her friends. Yeah, so she, kind of doesn't want to do this. So much so that she consistently tries to avoid it at any opportunity. Glimmy will probably commit a felony if it meant avoiding the ability to speak to Sunburst for even less than a life sentence. Of course, though, Spike still convinces her anyway to move forward with this lesson because her life will be completely snapped away if she doesn't. And then Glimmy finally knocks on the door with the same amount of energy I have when I talk to other people. Junior opens the door before immediately get his head smashed in by Glimmy with an iron chair. Okay, that doesn't happen admittedly, but now I wish it had. Junior opens the door to finally meet Glimmy after years of distance with each other, and they have the most interesting conversation on the planet, one with awkwardness to the point where it's actually suffocating to death.
What have you been up to?
Me? Oh, you know, some of this, some of that, different stuff. I mean, I know you're probably very busy.
What do you mean?
Well, I figured after magic school you'd go on to do important wizard work, but...
Oh, no. Yes! Yes, that's me, yep. Important wizard. Really busy with lots of, wizarding stuff. Right. Well, good to see you.
Great talk, guys. Glimmy tries to back out again before Spike absolutely insists that she gets back to the point of ass pushing. I really wish I was Spike right now. When we get back to even more awkward conversation that is as embarrassing as my high school dance. And then Junior asks a deadly question. Hey bro, so what did happen to you after I left?
No! I don't see what that has to do with anything. Why would you even ask that?
Her past problems fucked her up badly, where she can't even tell her oldest friend about it without immediately getting into those anxious gears overclocked to the maximum setting. It also doesn't help the Book Horse's list is written as if it's literally designed to make sure Glimmy tells all the details, unfiltered, no balls, no johns, no squiggly about her past. This makes Glimmy commit dip and have a real talk with Spike, saying that she thinks that Sunny Boy doesn't want to be friends, without him actually telling her that, yeah, nice anxiety. This whole scenario that entails portrays an example of Starlight's crippling social anxiety that makes it hard for her to actually go out and make friends due to the mere thought of being thrown into the wayside over stealing talents. This is going to be a bit of a theme for this character. Of course, this real talk does not last long as shit starts freezing immediately because literally Satan decided to threaten all of Crystal Kind by destroying their life support, and after basically one single person that isn't Glimmy realizes, but also doesn't even actually know, that Sunny Delight is apparently some kind of Gandalf the Grey tier wizard who can probably stop this. Glimmy grows an extra cell in her brain neurotransmitter and decides to actually call him over to fix this. This can only go so well. We return to Sunbutt Jr.'s gamer pad to bother the hell out of him to turn the goddamn heat up with his power wizard powers to commence to spell Thermostatiosis. metamorphosis. Unfortunately, he is just too busy to prevent a quest for his own Ice Age from happening. Sonny, my guy, I get you're busy and all, but we are literally going to turn into fucking popsicles if you don't use your tier S wizard powers on this motherfucker. Well, I'm sorry, man, but I'm gonna put your feet in the cold water. I am no tier S wizard. I'm only a tier F magician.
The fuck?
Glimmer then decides to vent all of her problems about being left in the dust and growing older to become Hitler before getting overthrown and causing the collapse of time and space and YouTube algorithms before becoming a slightly decent person right into Sunny. And all he has to say is,
Did you really travel through time?
yes, and I'll do it again to make sure your parents never conceived you. Thankfully, these two worked all their problems out. Sunburst admits that he probably should have actually not ghosted her for 16 years, and Starlight mentions that she knows how it feels to have something on her record that you're not very proud of. They promise to actually stay in touch, and Starlight completes her first friendship lesson through fixing the catalyst of all of her problems and overcoming one of her biggest fears. Her next task? Branch out and find a new friend instead of being a baby.
No, Mrs. Benson, nothing's wrong. We're just checking.
In the episode known as No Second Finances, where Glimmy is now challenged by her Ulu senpai Twilight Sparkle to make new friends. Glimmy also doesn't seize the opportunity to make a fun little joke of her old Marxism ways back in the pre-Season 6, aka pre-Actually Good MLP FIM, which is a joke I find pretty hilarious. It encapsulates the fact that this character used to be someone completely different, now reformed to be someone not evil. And after rejecting Little Dickweed, throwing Miss Bakery out of business, giving Big McDonald some anti-brony breath mints, wearing a fucking awful hat, showing Big Blue how incredibly uncultured she is, she has an entire anxiety moment in public. This is because of her being unable to live without thinking that she'll be eventually cancelled for her outlandish crimes of equality. It was at this time where Glimmy discovers a new target, one that actually relates to her this time. The dumb and moronic bitch. Book Horse sees this rather surprising pic and only sees flashbacks of the moment she's being called Snarkle and had her superior bangs be insulted to her face.
Yeah, Trixie's talking about you, Twilight Snarkle. You and your stupid bangs.
Meanwhile, just with the respect that she holds from Trixie, she completely and utterly forgets why she even forgave Glimmy in the first place and disapproves of Trixie even being a friend. Glimmy protests this like anyone probably should, and StarTrix both go out to get drunk. In this session, they both start building their pole dancing stage, magic show stage. Meanwhile, random civilians notice they give the don't care plus L plus ratio plus your cancel plus you fallen off plus your bad at magic plus Ursa Minor not major. Glimmy realizes that tricks are for kids have been previously cancelled for tricking people in their magic shows, aka being a normal fucking magician, and Trixie gets a little depressed. But Glimmy actually understands how she feels and they both become besties. They casually have a little walks, feed on messy wagons, magic props, organizing, brainwashing, psychological warfare, hypnotization, soul sucking. The sexual tension is rising and I'm starting to like her quite a lot. Unfortunately, Twilight does not appreciate this much better love story than her own and interjects, asking in a completely not creepy way how her new friend is going and making a nice proposal to reject her for best background pony or mid-AF background pony or cranky-doodle. Glimmy does not approve of this blatant strategy to have her cheat on her new homie just because Book Horse is filled with spite for her bigger than my own spite for fame and misfortune, and she feels like that she's actually not giving Trixie a second chance and at that point just questions how Twilight actually feels about herself. That's one way to make your pupil feel like they're worth little. Good job, Twilight. Book Equine goes out for the latest novels about violence in movies and sex on TV until she sees Starlight skipping class and starring guest principal Sunbug to commence the magic show. She notices and threatens to give her 3 Fs in a report card for hanging out and going to vape with Trixie, and in a scene where it will tear your heart in half like a twig before burning it in an incinerator. Trixie does the smartest thing in the world and gloat in front of Twiggles Spiggles about how Glimmy chose her as her target instead of Twi, and she in fact wins. Trixie laughs and just goes, ha 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 ha, stay molding, Twilight, and thinks that this totally won't make Glimmy feel like she's worth nothing but a brownie point in this 3-season-long game of rivalry over magic shows and Rotten Tomatoes. Sounds great, Trixie. I wonder how your first and only friend will feel about this one. She does not take it very well.
You win? That sounds like you just made friends with me to beat Twilight.
Exactly! Wait! I mean, no! I got caught up in the moment. I like you. Beating Twilight is just a bonus. Oh, saying that didn't help, did it?
I should have known. No pony else in Ponyville wanted to be my friend. Why would you?
Wait! It's not like that! I am your friend.
Yeah, that scene didn't exactly feel great. Trixie then falls into a crippling depression state after losing essentially the only person that even liked her at all in her ant-sized and rapidly shrinking life, but denies all of it and wants to do the show anyway in tears. Thanks, Twilight. You're such a helpful person. But then Twilight decides to have a real talk with Starlight, admitting that she probably shouldn't have interfered and saying that Trixie is in fact not a lying, debating cheater, she's actually a real one. And in a scene where you could probably interpret this as some literal suicide attempt, Trixie launches herself into snakes on a Sora and almost dies. The Glimmy saves Trixie from this death of vor attempt, but Trixie becomes intoxicated and dies of a hangover. This has birthed a brand new and totally not addicting and totally not very problem-starting friendship, and Starlight finally makes a brand new friend of her own, overcoming her fears once again. After scenarios of questioning Christmas and mind controlling through magic to become Glimmergloot's loyal servant and then getting disappointed by Senpai Sparkle, we reach the episode where Glimmy Jimmy's rises to the heavens to meet God. The episode To Where and Back Again, where Glimmy and Twiggy's plan to move to the place of Brazil and start packing their weaponry. And during a wholesome little conversation on how Glimmy went from an angry, vengeful bitch to a nice and very compassionate pony, mid-background pony drops in like a North Korean missile and destroys the Castle of Friendship, sends a letter to Glimmers herself. She opens the letter and discovers that she's been invited to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch, invited to her old town of Salem for a festival. Pretty much Starlight's worst nightmare up to this point. Glimmy accepts this invitation and she returns to the town of just 13 houses. She takes a deep breath and steps into the war zone. Meanwhile, everyone in the room is giving the dirty nigga stares going, "Hey yo, who the fuck said that she could come here?" You did. You gave me the invitation right here. Yeah, but also no. Wait, but you sent me the letter. What was your actual reason for bringing me here? Oh nah, just to make you think we like you, but we actually hate you, lol. What? Then why send the letter? Oh, we sent it to you, but we didn't actually think you would come. You sent me a letter that's meant to be an invitation. That means you want me to come here. Did you send me an invitation for literally no reason? Okay, communist. Sorry, bro, we kinda hate you. Your opinion means absolutely nothing. But I apologize. You literally saw me come to you a year ago and apologize, and you've accepted it. Why do you guys hate me all of a sudden? Oh, because you're a Mary Sue who gets away with every little thing. What? You're so easily forgiven. Twilight should have just banished you like she did with Cozy Glow. What the fuck is a Cozy Glow? Is that some kind of weird Pokemon? Your redemption arc is cringe, Starlight. Sunset was handled a lot better. Sunset, who the fuck? What are you talking about? Specs are so weak and petty. You don't deserve your friends. I bet you're just the new main character now in this cartoon. Main character? What the fuck? What are you guys talking about? Where are you getting this shit? You ruined the show, Starlight. What? You're the worst pony. Worst pony? You've been terribly picked as a teacher. Bro, I've never been a teacher. Lordfast would never accept you. Who the hell is telling you guys all of this? Oh, very popular internet board, 4chan, Starlight Glimmer. What the fuck is a 4chan? It was at this moment when he realized that this whole thing is just a twisted nightmare of insults and bad takes and anxiety. And now Miss Best Princess comes into the room to calm our high on lean protag, and explain that she too was also a scarily evil and edgy antagonist that the toy sellers have to defeat. But these fuckers are nice and stubborn enough to help her overcome this dark past and become good guy. And Glimmy should probably go talk to them about it instead of potentially ghosting her town. Thankfully, they all understand when talking it out, and Book Horse has the bright idea of saying, hey, bring one of your homies around, specifically a homie you could trust. Maybe someone who can look out for you. Someone who's smart, protective, productive, magically talented. Oh, great idea. Trixie. Wait, what? Glimmy and Trixie go out to the town of 13 huts to celebrate the annual Sunset Shimmering, and as she steps into the war zone and is graced by her old ex-proletarian peasants who are actually surprisingly pretty glad to see her arrive. But as they run their mouths into the core of the earth, asking Glimmy to make their choices for them, they remain fairly enthusiastic about it, while Starlight has another Vietnam War level flashback of the time that she forced their individuality away from them with the Snap and Swap symbol and has an anxiety attack on the spot. Trixie then comes in and goes, alright, we'd love to stick around, but I kinda gotta take my girl to a therapist now. Okay, bye! What is a therapist? Our main characters book it, and Glimmy vents about how she's too scared of being a leader because of a rather questionable past. Trixie then tells her a secret and a semi-good, semi-bad advice apparently. They return to Ponyville, and Glimmy decides to tell her experience at her town and how undoubtedly, absolutely well it's going to Cotton Cushion, and then she goes,
Damn, bro! That's crazy! But I never asked. See ya!
The fuck? This is where we find out that every character that we know except for Starlong and Trix of her kids are apparently acting sus and mogus, including Princess Book Demigod, who suggests that she straight up cut their losses and get out of here. And in another dream where Glimmy gets scared of disobeying her senpai, we discover that apparently the Canterlot bug infestation has started again, and now they need a new supply of raid spray. They replaced their iconic toy-selling gang and plans to cause world domination or some villain bullshit like that. Glimmy and Trixie go back to their fun bunker and start panicking like idiots. And then we get to the most calming thing known as booty touching. Then we meet Snorlax, aka Thorax, aka an ant. Unfortunately, Trixie has myromicophobia, so Starlight must put her into the shut the fuck up level. Turns out that literally every leader that could have possibly been around has been captured. An absolute fucking nightmare for Starlight. This was the moment where she straight up shit bricks because this whole way through she was worrying to death about being a leader due to the last time resulting in evil dictatorship. She has lived at another loss with no other powerful being as much as her that could help her in such a scary, dangerous mission. Oh yeah, right, Discord exists. And after Discord being an absolute imbecile for a whole last minute, we discover that any non-insect magic is forbidden, which of course spells danger for her rather magically talented protagonist and our magically talented cast. Our gang of low-selling toy characters now sadly have to do the effort of simply walking until their hooves burn to a crisp or until some of them finally lose some weight. Once we enter the brony fandom hive mind, the group gets into disarray because Trixie and Discord have a political debate in the style of a Twitter argument, and then Glimmy kindly tells them to stop talking and touch some grass. Shut the fuck up, y'all. I am literally this close to losing my shit, and it will be helpful if y'all decided to get your hands off your keyboards and focus on your mission. Jeez, alright, fine. Any bright ideas? No? No! I couldn't handle giving advice at the Sunset Festival, and I actually had magic. None of our sorry asses are as privileged by the SO staff, so at that point, we're straight up useless. At least Ant-Man over here seems to know where he's going. So, guys, I think we're kind of lost. Fuck! Our main slash secondary slash unexpected slash probably more popular cast have gotten lost because who could have seen that coming with this utter maze of a domain? Thanks to degenerate social media page thinking about rather fun things he and Fluttershy would do, he breaks everyone's cover and now all of these insects are required to send him to horny jail. This means that there is a new objective. Get a fucking plan. Fortunately, Gloomy's brain decided to activate and go, hey babe, smoke bombs? Hell yeah.
Bitch. Fuck! Fuck your mom lawn dick style.
Damn, this playing pretty good but kinda mid-AF for me. This play was a success, and then they find themselves a new obstacle. The entire circus is protecting the entry point to their clown kingdom, and Glimmy had the best idea to tell Discord to go up there and make a great song performance. Hello, changelings and changelets and change imps. Let me sing to you the song of my people. Armor Knight was better. Somehow, this incredibly stupid plan works successfully. Discord escapes to a dirty hut where he gets a confused boner and then gets abducted. We're missing one member of the lesser toys group, and this causes Trixie to commit a noble sacrifice to distract and shape these insects. This causes Starlight Glimmer to panic, as they've already lost a slightly more useful member of the team a second ago to horny overdose. But then Trixie gives Glimmy motivational words that, honestly, I don't even think a witty joke could describe it well enough.
You got us this far with just my illusions and Discord's annoying personality. You don't need magic to figure out what to do next. I know you're afraid to be in charge, but you're really good at it. Listen to your best friend.
Trixie then leaves, and then she gets captured. We have reached the final frontier of this journey of degeneracy, cringe, disgust, and the meaning of leadership and the meaning of marketing. Glimmy enters the throne room and discovers that every single important member in Equestria has been stored in the Changeling pleasurement jars in order to increase their toy collection. Glimmy tries to sneak, but unfortunately she's too dummy thick and the claps of her ass cheeks have alerted the enemy. Bug Woman finally comes out of the closet and introduces herself. Our pissy Chrissy Wissy responds,
well, if it isn't Shimmer Me Glimmers, Twilight's little crybaby. Honestly, I didn't think you were worth replacing with my children of idiots.
You won't get away with this, Chrysalis.
Bitch, I already have. Better yet, your group is giving mine some pleasure. And you're the last one left.
I mean, there is Thorax.
Shut the fuck up! That little ant is too busy smelling the syrup. Like the worthless basement dweller he is. When I find him, I am going to make sure I stomp him. Well, aren't you a little sussy baka?
You got
Thorax.
Oh, fuck.
Finally, a character can use their brain for once. Unfortunately, that singular brain cell you've used isn't enough to figure out the secret of my comically large chair. But even with your disappointing rescue attempt, everything has gone according to my plan.
What the hell is your plan?
Rob loves Starlight! By replacing the leaders in the popular pages of MLP Fandom Wiki, my drones will be able to store all of their love and their clout and return it here to me. Everyone and their grandmothers will do everything that I command. My servants will feed for 3 more seasons.
Okay, but what if you don't do that?
That is a trash tape! The hunger for love and attention that we changelings thrive on can never be satisfied.
Exactly. Thorax left and got himself a real homie and shared his love. You don't need to spend your lives like parasites who feed on appreciation.
That's some big talk for a fellow with a small cock and no cum.
Listen, man, I know what that shit's like. To lead people by fear, intimidation, or some other tyrannical bullshit. And I know what it's like to have other ponies mindlessly lick your boots like it's nothing. But I was wrong. A leader doesn't force their subjects to reject individualism and subjectivity. They actually decide to give a damn about what they think, and listen to them like they should, and make them feel like that they matter.
That's some goofy shit. You want to see what actually happens when you decide to lick somebody else's boots and not mine?
Hey, bro, chill. Ugh, I can feel all of my individual thoughts slipping away. I don't think I can keep it to myself any longer. How about you don't? Actually expressing your thoughts makes you different in the first place, Thorax. Speak the fuck up. Your Jordans are fake! Isn't it great to be different? Isn't it wonderful to be exactly who you are? Because this is what will come of it once you speak up. Season 8 is a good season. A Quest for Girls is decent. Was a good 2 and 6 are pretty average. It's actually a fun show.
You know, I'm starting to think that stealing someone's husband might not have been the best idea.
Holy shit, we actually made it through that. Yeah, this one was stickier than the last ones. Fuck. Ugh, that's the last time I'm taking letters from simps. Shining, I'm starting to think that this baby is a bit too dangerous for this world. Are you sure you want to keep this up? Starlight, you won? Yeah, well, with the power of using my 1.5 brain cells and actually calming down for about 5 seconds, I managed to beat a veteran's degree adversary. Wow, that's great. Can I get my A+ now? Yeah. But that last assignment is still due, Starlight. Okay, I'll do it tomorrow for you. Bro, it's due tomorrow.
I've already told you, Mother! It's not a thing! Oh, shit.
Let me be real with you, man. When Book Brains over there kicked my ass, I chose to run away and plan an elaborate revenge sob story. But you don't gotta. You can be the leader that your subjects will actually care about. You can make them become a shining star when they learn to start accepting themselves. You can become what we call reformed. Trust me on this.
Bitch! Fuck you!
Man. The battle between an attention whore and an individualist is won. The bottom feeders have been upgraded into $300 plushies and now can live like they're worth more than eating love for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Lily requests that they have a party at the place that Gloomy was running away from this whole time, Parole Town. She approaches the people that she nearly gave a concussion to about 6 hours ago and decides to speak up, explaining that instead of just being afraid and going back to being the rather awful person she once was, she's gonna have to step up and say, fuck it, I have changed and I can do it. She spent a superfluous amount of time worrying too hard about her past mistakes and her biggest regrets and her general self-worth. But after standing up and reuniting with an old friend that she abandoned, overcoming her anxiousness to make a brand new friend, putting her aside to self-doubt to be a leader to her teammates in her old village, she becomes a new, upgraded, better pony, and will continue to mature and learn as she grows from there on out. A young, bitchy little cult leader to a wiser and more Chad friendship student counselor. No, seriously, what the fuck is a therapy? All of that, my good people, is why I think that Starlight Glimmer is best pony. Relatable and fun little personality, cute and pretty and rather intriguing looks, and a very good character arc. If you disagree with any of the things that I brought up in this entire analysis slash recap slash review slash simpery slash standing slash degeneracy slash whatever, you can kindly go down below and yell at me in the comment section and tell me to go get a life and stop watching cartoon little horses for 5 or more years, because trust me, I'm well aware of that. Or if you agree with any of the things I have said, spam the like button and or watch the Starlight Glimmer tag on Turboboru. Trust me, you may or may not regret it as much as I have. This whole thing took too long to make, and I originally planned to have this get uploaded on this year's Starlight Day, but unfortunately writing stupid and unoriginal jokes while trying to explain a character's worth for over 2 weeks is enough to make a man desperately need antipsychotic medication. Harass and or block me on my socials. Thanks for watching. I'm going back to painfully working on elements of justice until my essence of being vanishes into nothingness. See ya.